I haven't been posting in a month. Not because nothing is happening, but because everything is happening at once and none of it is ready to show. A minute for new viewers. Materium is a desktop pellet extruder designed to comply with the knowledge I had in industrial plastic injection, material experiments, precision components, access to non-filaments, all packaged in one handful for one goal: consistent and smooth pellet 3D printing. After 3 years, we arrived at V5. It worked, I sold a few of them, it got into the hands of beta testers, some of them were very pleased, and some just went silent. And that's exactly how I found out what was wrong.
Hey Alvin, I'm gonna show you here sprinting, right? So the first millimeter seems okay. Hey Alvin, just printed the file, 9 out of 9. Looks very good.
It's gonna be okay though because the rest is still sticking on the bed. See, in the frame of pellet extrusion, the prints of Materium continue to amaze me. With virgin pellets and prints the size of keychains, they are on par with 2020 era 3D printers. With shredded bottle caps, well, sometimes not so much. The great thing is it retracts and extrudes very soft material easily. But all of the beta units had one consistent problem. The extruder itself wobbles during extrusion. That wobble is enough to make bigger prints like this look awful. The barrel is made out of brass, which gone up nearly 2 times in price this year, but that's not the actual problem. In single-flighted screw like this, at very short lengths, the pressure surrounding the screw is inherently unbalanced. The number of pockets left and right is never symmetrical at any time. Big industrial screws averages this effect through length and massive rigidity, but in desktop scale we're limited. And here's the problem with maintenance. The barrel is mounted on a flange facing down. To take it off, the two front screw is easy, but the rear screws are very annoying to reach. Putting them on requires peeking through these fins nearly touching a hot barrel while hoping the screw don't fall. I never thought this assembly would be done often, but if you work with unknown materials, this was the price for knowing. Moreover, during extended use, incorrect reassembly will lead to heavy wear on the barrel and nozzle. When put back too deep, the screw can dig into the taper and the nozzle inlet, causing decompression and metal shavings. These were just some of the prototypes that we have gone through to find out what works and what doesn't. I don't think users are ignorant, but I believe they are not responsible for a product that's engineered only halfway. The harder lessons. Users who disassembled cold, users who said it's making noise when they meant the motor was skipping, users who thought pressure advance would fix everything, users who never asked about build routing. None of this is their fault. The machine had to account for what people actually do, not what the manual says. At some point, we had a choice: patch it or restart with everything we know now. The moment it became clear that another mod wasn't enough is the wobble, the wear, the nozzle geometry, the pellet dead zones, the painful UX. Materium can only keep 20% of what V5 was, and the rest should be new. This mess is just to get a single dust out, and with recycled material that's gonna happen often. The device should support instead of punish. Materium is a commercial product. It's not open source nor a DIY kit. The extruder ships as a finished piece, and with global shipping, it costs around $700. The rebuild isn't about adding features, it's about removing every reason to fail you. Rigid wear V5 flex, serviceable while mounted, not requiring you to be invincible to heat, and honest about what's wrong. I'm not showing it yet because it's not done, and we've learned the cost of showing something before it's ready. When it is, you'll see why it took this long. I'm rebuilding it. I don't know exactly when it'll be done, but I know why. Thanks for watching.